So the concept of Friendsgiving and I have never really gelled. I love a party. I love the idea of a Friendsgiving. I wish the word rolled off the tongue a little bit more. And also I feel like every party that I then go into in November has turned into a Friendsgiving. So I'm bringing just a lot of Thanksgiving recipes to a lot of different parties. So when I was developing the recipes for this little series, I wanted to keep them interesting, exciting, Thanksgiving adjacent, but not necessarily like your classic Thanksgiving recipes, because those I always struggle with, like making my own, innovating. I hate to ruin a classic, you know? So the Friendsgiving concept we're doing in 2 days. This is day 1, so mark the day 1 outfit. Then we'll have day 2, because all these recipes are designed if you want to make them all. It's a 2-day process, and then you can have your Friendsgiving dinner. Or if you're working like a 9 to 5, you can prep one on day 1, and then we'll have the assembly and what to do with the assembly on day 2. So it's designed Friendsgiving for busy people is what we're doing here. So this is episode 1, which is the cranberry episode. Very exciting. We're doing cranberry sauce. I firmly believe everyone should know how to make a good cranberry sauce. A cranberry sauce salad, sounds weird, is delicious. And then a cranberry sharp dresser cocktail, which I always confuse as a smooth talker cocktail. So if I go back and forth, forgive me. Let's go into the sauce. So cranberry sauce is like one of those recipes that when I first made it, I was like, oh, that's it? Why are we buying this in cans? Why are we buying this in jars? Although no shade to the can or the jar, both delicious. But cranberry sauce takes 10 minutes. You can do it the day before. It lasts forever, and it's very delicious. So I do mine with cranberries, sugar, orange juice, nutmeg, and clove. It all starts in a shallow pan, and that's where we're gonna add orange juice and sugar. And then this we just wanna bring to a simmer so the sugar's melted before adding 12 ounces of cranberries, which is what they sell it in the pack. So the recipe's basically made for you. And now that we're at a simmer, our cranberries will go in. As they're cooking down, I'm gonna do a little bit of clove and a little bit of nutmeg. So that took us about 12 minutes. It really depends on your cranberry's personality type. Some like burst, collapse, they're ready for the holiday season. Others take a little more coaxing. So this one I had to smash down a few cranberries. That's also your textural preference. But see how that gelled in like 0.5 seconds? Again, you can buy the can. I won't be mad at you. But when you can make fresh, we'll make it fresh. But this will thicken as it sits. So we're just going to put it to the side.
It smells amazing.
It smells like the holidays.
Yeah.
Tastes really good too. So with our cranberry sauce done, we're now making the smooth talker / sharp dresser cocktail. It is a low ABV cocktail, which I feel like is nice because on Thanksgiving / Friendsgiving, I want to have a batch cocktail that's somewhat boozy, but I can have a few, I can have some, and they're festive, and I'm not gonna feel really, really bad the next day. A little bit bad the next day. So the sharp dresser is equal parts lime juice, Cointreau, and vermouth. And then my vermouth is Doladiro Aperitivo, which is delicious, and it's kind of like a mixture between Aperol and Campari. So sweet, sour, festive, tangy, and delicious. We're gonna make 8 servings. You put it on ice, so a serving is like a few ounces, but 8 servings requires a cup of vermouth, a cup of Cointreau, and 10 limes. And since this has a little room in it, I'm gonna go in with 1 tablespoon of cranberry sauce. Mix that up really well. And we're just making the storage cocktail. Tomorrow is when you pull it out, shake it, strain it. And that goes into whatever you want to store it in. And then I'm going to measure out 1 cup of the vermouth. Then last but not least, our blood orange liqueur. Perfectly sized for your quart container. It might not seem like 8 servings, but believe me, on ice, it is. I went in for a little taste. Oh, it is 10 a.m. But that is really good. So with sealing this up and storing this for tomorrow, that is day 1 of cranberry sauce. So if you're going to Friendsgiving and you want the lowest effort, consider cranberry sauce. See you tomorrow. Cranberries day 2. I took the cranberry sauce out of the cranberry sauce like saran wrap without you, but it is kind of crazy what pectin does. Like, this is thick, and you saw how thin it was, but all that is sugar, fruit, and 10 minutes of your time. So now we're gonna make the cranberry sauce salad. But before we do that, I'm gonna show you like a little trick on how to wash your lettuce leaves, if that's of interest. If you already know how, that's cool. This is gonna be a point of contention, but I learned this from a lot of accredited salad sources. So instead of putting our lettuce in the basket, we're gonna put our lettuces in the big one. Now, my preferred lettuces for Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving, givings are the ones that people aren't eating all the time, because then on the table, they're more likely to go for that salad. If you have a romaine Caesar, if you have like a kale number, people are like, that's like, I'm having that all year. That's not like a palate cleanser. That's not like something I'm reaching for. So I like a cranberry sauce dressing because festive. And I like doing radicchio because it's bitter. It's like a nice breakup from all this other heavy, really aromatic, really like warm and cozy food that we're eating. And then I also like an endive, because what a treat. These are so expensive. And for what? And I feel like I eat them at restaurants when they're like made into little cups with like breadcrumbs and anchovy or something like that. So on Thanksgiving, I'm always like down for an endive. Now to begin our like, oh, what fun tips. My radicchio tip is that you can slice it in half and then slice it into quarters. And to keep it the most beautiful, instead of shredding it, instead of doing anything, we're gonna slice it away from the core. And then you have all these gorgeous radicchio leaves. And you sliced it, 1, 2, 6 times. Less work, more beautiful. What I love about the endive is you just pull it apart with your hands. All of our lettuces are ready, but before we give them a little wash, we're at the cutting board, so I'm gonna just chop up a pear. This can also be a green apple. This can also be a red pear. It's just like a little fruit to meet the cranberry sauce. Beautiful. All right. To the sink. And this is good for vegetables that need to get a lot of grit out of them. So leeks, kale, spinach. I like to completely submerge them in cool water. So instead of rinsing them and hoping that they drain out of your little basket when you're spinning everything, getting them completely submerged, and you can use the leftover water for your plants or something, but getting them completely submerged is the #1 guarantee to make sure that all the grit shakes out, but they stay super crisp. Give them a few shakes, and that's when you, with your hands or tongs or whatever, transfer them to your basket, leaving all the grit at the bottom of the bowl. And then the enemy of a good salad dressing is wet lettuce, because it's simply like a good vinaigrette cannot cling to lettuce when it still has water on it. Water, oil, don't mix. So I put a paper towel in, and that's when I start spinning. This is a very old spinner, so it sounds very creaky. Bear with me. Oh, it's not that bad. Gorgeous. Wonderful. Dry lettuce. If it still is a little wet, put the paper towel in the middle, keep spinning, keep spinning. I'm gonna set this aside, and now we're gonna make the cranberry sauce dressing. So since the cranberry sauce is already made, it has a lot going on with the clove and nutmeg. We're gonna use 1/4 cup. And it's relatively tart and relatively sweet because, you know, we have a good base. So only 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of honey, a ½ teaspoon of salt, a few cracks of black pepper for good measure. But the salad is really like a palate cleanser salad. So that is all that's happening there. We want it to be bright. We want it to be tangy. Adding a ½ cup of olive oil, of course, to emulsify everything. It should taste like the season, and it should taste like a break from all the other like super flavorful, heavy on your palate foods. And it comes together really easily. And then very clean hands, freshly washed or gloved hands, are what I think is the best way to toss a salad. I also think hands are the best way to eat a salad, but we're not gonna get into that. It's personal preference. So I have really clean hands, and the lettuce is the only thing that gets tossed. And it's gonna turn into this really, I'm like backing away because I don't want to ruin my shirt. It's gonna turn into this really beautiful pink color quite quickly. And then I forgot the crucial component, the first like fresh tender herbs of Friendsgiving, but a little bit of mint goes a long way. You could also do parsley if you're into that. And we're gonna plate it and make it very, very beautiful. And there's no way a salad's gonna look ugly, like it's just impossible, but a fun little plating trick, especially with the pears or like any sliced fruit, is if you layer them in 2s or 3s, then it's just easy to slot them in and it'll look really pretty and very intentional. And then people can like have their like little chunk of pear. We have some pomegranate wedges, which is the same thing as the pear. I didn't toss it with the whole salad, not saying it wouldn't be delicious, but I like keeping the wedges whole, but away from the peel. Yeah, so then that one just like the pomegranate lands, and then they're like these tiny little, oh, this pomegranate's like, I'm here to play. Okay. And then serving utensils. And that's it. Cute.
Nice.
Nice. And don't think I forgot about the sharp dresser. If anything, I just called it the smooth talker on accident once or twice. Who knows? We'll have to roll back the tape. Smooth talker cocktail.
Smooth talker cocktail.
So you can either serve it like communal and people can put soda water on it, maybe a little bit of Prosecco if they want to go super boozy, or you can add an egg white into a cocktail shaker, add a 4-ounce pour, and then you have 2 fantastic cocktails. And see, when I said it serves 8, like we have this much left, but we have 2 beautiful cocktails. So it does go a long way with just a cup of vermouth, a cup of lime juice, a cup of Cointreau, and cranberry sauce. An egg white is also my favorite like way to like enhance a cocktail. Oh, these are good. These are good because they're very, very sharply acidic. And the small amount of clove, the small amount of nutmeg that we put in the cranberry sauce is still there. So it tastes, I'm gonna be so for real, tastes like a very adult cranberry limeade, but it's smooth, it's light on ABV, it's really sophisticated. It's like the, oh, if I'm coming to a Friendsgiving, I want to start out on a great note, like that's the cocktail I want. Is it rude to break into the salad? Because I'm going to. Let's do it. Normally not a fork and salad girl, but I will be for you. I might say the rodillo is a non-negotiable. This is like a salad I crave. I crave it because it's not overpowering. There's not too much going on. It's like the perfect level of sweet, tart, bitter. It's got a nice level of saltiness to it. The pear is going to be a nice break. Like this is a salad where I'm like, okay, I'm eating a ton of stuffing. Stay tuned for stuffing. It's like you're eating a lot of stuffing and heavy food, but this is what you want to come back to. Who'd have thought cranberry sauce? I knew this was the starter episode because I was like, I want to build. I want to build on the flavors, but I think cranberry sauce is a sneaky Friendsgiving winner. Okay, so now you know how to make cranberry sauce. Now you know how to drink cranberry sauce in a way. And you know how to use cranberry sauce. And we have more Friendsgiving episodes coming, but this is a banger start. Wow, okay, see you with the next one, which is stuffing.
That's my vibe.